Alright guys, so tonight, just going over a video there of cleaning up the Kawasaki Vulcan Custom 900 here. I was going to make a video there out there on washing this bike up. I ended up hitting some rain the other night there. Was going down to Gas City and ended up going from Gas City up to South Bend, Indiana, there to the casino. And on our way back home, we ended up hitting some little bit of rain there, guys, just enough to get the bike real nice and dirty. So thought I'd throw a video out there on how I clean the bike up, how I get these fins on the, how I get the fins, because I normally don't wash this bike if I don't have to. And I'll make another video out there too on how I do clean this bike up after every ride. So we'll make another video on that. And I'm gonna flip this camera around there and show you guys on how I clean the bike up there. And anyways, guys, so what I was saying, you know, I hit the rain and coming on the way back home from South Bend, and I don't normally like to wash the motorcycle. In fact, this is the first time that I've had to wash it this summer, and we're this is October the 1st of 2024, and on a Monday night here I'm getting it cleaned back up because I hit that rain last night. Coming back from South Bend, got it nice and dirty. Just wasn't a real heavy downpour. It was just enough to get everything dirty from the road and stuff. So, but normally I don't like washing the bike, and I will make another video on what I do to keep this bike clean. Some of you that know me, that watch me on my YouTube videos, know I like to keep my stuff nice and clean. And what I basically do without washing it is just take something like this and wet it down after one day of riding. After the day of riding or the next day or whatever, I'll take that and wet it down and just go over thing a little bit, clean the bugs and stuff off of it, and then I'll just wipe it down with one of these what they call absorbers, kind of like a chamois is what they are, and them are really nice. Those work really good for your vehicles. Just whatever you want to do to dry stuff off with them there work real good. They'll last a very long time too. And if you need to clean them, what I do is just use Dawn dish soap and some warm water, wash it in the sink or wash it in a bucket or whatever, and that way you can just keep reusing those and they'll last a very long time. Anyways, the other thing I like to do, guys, is one thing that does get kind of dirty without washing it all the time is these fins here on the cylinder heads. Now them do get dirty in there because, like I said, when I don't wash it completely, I just take a wet rag and wipe things down. And the reason I like doing that, guys, because I don't like getting water up in these switches and stuff, heavily water all the time. I don't like getting them in the switches and stuff because I think eventually you keep getting water in there, you're going to maybe eventually have some issues with some of your switches and stuff. So that's one of the reasons I don't wash my motorcycle all the time. The only time I wash this bike is, like I said, if I get into a rainstorm or something, it gets real dirty. Or if I happen to hit a lot of dust somewhere where it's real dusty, then I'll wash it down. But if it's just you know, one day ride, a couple 100-mile or whatever, and I just get some few bugs on it and it's not real extremely dusty or dirty or anything like that, I'll just take and wash, wet that rag down, wipe that down, and then I go over with some other cleaners. Like I said, I'll make another video on how I do that, how I keep the bike clean without having to wash it all the time. So we'll do another video on that sometime. And then also, guys, I got one of these, I believe it's called a Memphis Shades windshield. And those are really nice too, because they got a quick disconnect on them. And I'll go over another video or something on them lights, them extra set of lights that I put on there, those LED lights. Makes a huge difference there, guys. Them little bitty LED lights make a huge difference on one of these smaller bikes that got the, got them smaller headlights on them. And you don't have the extra set like on a Harley Davidson. Most of them got them extra lights here on the side, which helps out a lot. And these type of bikes here, they don't really even have a big headlight in them. They're pretty small. And if you ride one of the a smaller bike, a 750 or whatever, and you have that smaller style headlight, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't light the road up real well. But with those extra lights, and I got those kind of pointing off to the side a little bit, so they're kind of off to the side. They're facing off to the side on each side. That way I'm hitting the ditch area, and lights the ditches up real nice. And I don't get a whole lot of people brighten me on those either. Every once in a while somebody will brighten me, because they are pretty bright. But they do light the side of the road up really nice, so you can see the animals, the deer and stuff like that. Really, real nice safety feature on adding them extra lights on there. And like I said, we'll make another video on them LED lights there. And I got them set up here so I can disconnect them real quick, so I can pull this whole windshield off the front. That way I can get this nice and clean right up in here, and makes it real nice to pull that off and get all this cleaned back up after a rainstorm or something. And so on these fins, what I was going to tell you on these, getting these fins nice and clean, I like to just take a brush, something like this. I can get some of it in there with the brush, and then also what I use is some type of a degreaser. I'll use like tonight I use simple green, or you can get some mean green or purple, royal purple, or whatever they call that kind of degreaser. And then also I got this other little brush. See if I can find it here. I had another little brush here somewhere that I was going to, oh, right here. This here brush here. Now this brush here, I can get in there, a little bit better with it. Put some of that simple green, mean green, royal purple, whatever kind of degreaser you're using, and get in between them fins there on them cylinder heads, and that way you can get all that dirt and grime out of there, and that way you can wash that down real good and get all the crud and stuff out of there. Because normally when I clean this bike, I don't get up in there. The only way I can do it really is take some of them like long, they look like long Q-tips or whatever, like those things maybe that you use to clean your guns or whatever with, and you can use some of them to get up in there and clean it if you want to do that. But it's kind of time consuming to do that. But I guess that's about it, guys, on this video here. I just wanted to throw out a quick video here on cleaning them fins up on your bike if you don't wash your bike a whole lot. And the brushes make it really nice. And these here two, I got several different brushes here, but any kind of a brush that you can get into those cylinder head fins there and clean them on especially on a bike like this here, where you got the fins are really close, so you can't really get a rag in there to wash them out real good. To get to be able to get deep into the fins, you're going to have some kind of a brush to get in there on a style like this style motor, to get that nice and cleaned out right there. And then basically all I do once I get that and I clean the, I'll use that simple green and stuff too on my tires and up underneath the fender well. I'll get that with the brush and stuff. And then once I get those things clean with the degrease, I'll rinse it off real good, and then I'll go ahead and use my this type of a sponge type deal here with some any kind of a car soap. You don't want to use dish soap or anything like that, especially if you got a wax on your bike. It will strip the wax off. Just get you some good some kind of a good soap for your cars and trucks or whatever that will not strip the wax off. If you got a nice shiny waxed up bike or something like that, you don't want to strip that wax off with Dawn dish soap unless you plan on re-waxing your bike or something like that, repolishing it or whatever. And I just go over with that soap and water, wash everything down best I can real good, and then we'll hose her down. And then once I get that, guys, I take my air compressor over there, some compressed air. This is after I start drying. I'll go ahead and dry it down the best I can. And once I get her fairly dried off, I'll go ahead and take my air compressor with the air nozzle over there, and I'll just blow all these switches out real good. I want to try to get all that water, get all the water and stuff out of these switches, all these little cracks and crevices that you can't get in there to dry with just a regular chamois or a towel or whatever you're using to dry your bike off with. Like up in here, all this up in here, and just different areas where you can take that compressed air and like in between these fins here, you really can't get in between there, and just take that compressed air and blow that out real good, and then you'll have more water that you'll have to dry off again. And then once you got that done, then you're pretty much done with having to dry the bike and stuff like that. That's how I do it, and it works out really good that way. It ends up turning out real nice. So, and once I get that done and nice and cleaned up like that. So anyways, guys, I thought I'd throw that video out there for you. Like I said, on some of my other videos there, guys, I try to, if I run into a problem with something and I think it's going to help some other people out, to save money and stuff like that, I'll try to, and I figure out how to get it fixed or whatever, I'll throw a video out there for you guys. This way, if you can do it yourself and you got the tools and equipment or whatever you need to get the job done, it makes for a whole lot better if you can do it yourself, and it's going to be a whole lot cheaper. You're going to save yourself a whole lot more money. So that is one of the reasons I put these videos out there for it. And I do a variety of videos, guys. I'll do a variety of videos. Like if I go to races or something like that, I'll try, go-kart races. My wife's nephew, he likes running them go-karts, and him and his buddy, and I try to get them videos out there for them guys to watch. They like to rewatch them, and then some of the other racers in the go-karts, they watch them. So I just try to get them videos to help people out, and that's basically what I do with these YouTube videos. And appreciate everybody watching the videos there and checking them out and stuff. So and I usually try to do at least one video, either late Sunday night or early Monday morning. I'll try to get at least one video out there a week. And sometimes I'll do maybe 2 or 3, like this week. I did this last week when I went to Gas City down there to Ducktail Run. And Jonesboro motorcycle rally down there at Jonesboro, Indiana. I made a couple videos, put a couple videos out there. So I had like 3 videos I put out there late Sunday night. And, but we try to get at least one out there for you guys, some kind of a video of, you know, who knows what. Gonna be something though. That's why I call it the variety channel, I guess. So, anyways, guys, I guess that'll wrap this up on this video, guys, and we will catch you all on the next video.